Jason, can you tell off the top of your head the Sasquatch story with you and Garrett from school?
So specifically, I think that the Happy Valley Park one.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember there was a lot of things that led up to that moment that someone should have stopped prior to. I'll say that.
Absolutely.
The fact that we made it that far and then even past that point. So Garrett and I were put in charge of what we call cab TV when we were juniors.
Juniors.
Juniors. And there was a one MacBook in our leadership class, and leadership class was interesting. So we had a block schedule. So each class was 90 minutes and lunch was 2 hours. Well, we had for leadership class 45 minutes before lunch, and then lunch happened, and then 45 minutes after lunch. Is that right, Garrett?
That sounds right. They split it around lunch, and you could like
They
choose
split around
which,
lunch?
you could choose which period of lunch that you wanted. And
Yeah. And I think we were like second lunch or something. And so we would do like half of our class and then lunch and the other half of the class. But it ended up being like a 2.5 hour block of time in leadership class. And we didn't necessarily have to go. So we used that entire time every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, depending on the week schedule, to create Cab TV. And Cab TV would roll out to the entire school on Monday. Every teacher for morning announcements once a week would put Cab TV on there. And the only point of the thing was supposed to be a 3 minute or less clip of what's going on around the school. That's it.
yeah, think like a video version of announcements, but with kind of like odd
Flair.
sketches. So like somebody
Okay.
like pops around a
We-
corner, pops out of like a recycling bin and goes, "Oh, there's a volleyball game tonight at 6. Wear
Yeah.
a red T-shirt." And like that kind of how we saw Cab TV as freshmen and sophomores. And Jason and I were like, "That's not good enough. We're gonna take
So
it
we
to the next level."
We started doing random sketches, and then we would create like 6, 7 minutes of like a show. And then we would get to the end and be like, oh, we haven't said any announcements. So we have to squeeze some announcements in. But what we started creating basically these characters. And so we did the prom date killer for prom, where people started disappearing. And that once they got a prom date, basically like they would be murdered. But like not, violently, but like we tackled someone into a pool, like we hit someone with a car. Like it was like crazy. And then we did the Sasquatch that would like basically trying to find Bigfoot around Clackamas, and he would always have like announcements attached or whatever. But we went to this park one time, and Garrett was big hairy guy, hairy Gary, and he was a big dude. What are you, 6'2", 6'1"? How tall are you?
6'4", 6'5".
maybe.
Garrett's
Yeah,
massive.
6'4". In high school, he was like 6'5". And so we would film him like running, like, we just had like a really bad camcorder, and we would film him like a couple 100 yards off just running. And as we did the first couple episodes, like, this is good, Garrett, but it's not realistic enough. You're like, what do you mean? You're like, well, one, Sasquatch doesn't wear shoes. And he was like, okay, I can go barefoot. I'm like, Sasquatch also, he doesn't wear pants, man. Bigfoot's not a pants guy, And Garrett's like, but dude, this is gonna be shown in front of like the whole school. You want me to be in my underwear? And I said, Bigfoot doesn't wear underwear either. So we're at this park, and this park has like a series of like interconnected like green spaces through some woodlands and like this like boardwalk that goes across this marsh. And I said, all right, I'm gonna go over here. And this is the middle of the day. There was no one around. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna film, and all I want you to do is streak across the park. And so Garrett undresses in the woods. I don't know. Do you
No,
use
so
that
what
part?
we did is like
Allegedly.
we allegedly staged
No, it's filmed.
we allegedly
Yeah.
staged some clothes at one end, and then went to the other end, and then I got Foley.
Dude, I love, so, because Garrett's mom is the one who told me about this. Is there more
Oh,
to the
that's
story?
wild.
Did y'all show this?
So-
Did y'all
so-
show it? Go ahead, sorry.
So we on Cab TV, we edit it on iMovie. It's on the thing, and we don't tell anyone, and then we just roll it out to the school. We school about 2,500 students, and we roll it out Monday morning. And there weren't immediate repercussions, but we were not allowed to work on Cab TV after that. Pretty short while after that, they pulled us from production. So
That's a travesty, because I'm sure
I
more
agree.
bangers would have come from Cab TV.
I mean, we got the people talking. Okay.
Right.
It's 5
But
second
I
moment.
can't. Yeah, I can't imagine what it would have been like for those teachers. Like now, like I taught. Jason, you're now in education. Your parents are in education, and I taught for a little bit, like what would it have been like if you have your lesson plan and then it's like, okay, here's a 5-minute block, including setup for this TV to show this video announcement. And then it runs like 15 minutes long. And they did it. Yeah. They did it every week.
And just let it roll. Yeah.
Just let it roll.
Good for them, man. I'm glad you guys just dove into that. So that's how you became great storytellers, guys. That's why you guys are so good at this. You guys had so many reps.